What's up, guys?
こんにちは。
Today I want to share with you the best tools out there to learn Japanese. For the past 3 years, I have been learning the language and I have gone through dozens of different resources and I've wasted both time and money on stuff that I wouldn't have necessarily needed and stuff that are not time efficient. Being a full-time university student, an IT project manager at a bank, a father, and doing a lot of different things at the same time, using my time in the most efficient possible way is very important for me. So in order to help you guys save time, save money, and be efficient with your language learning, I'm going to summarize with you the 5 best apps and textbooks that I've been using over the past few years and that have stuck with me. When you're looking for resources, one of the things you're looking for is also some sort of approval from a native speaker that tells you that this resource is actually good. There's a lot of resources out there that teach Japanese, but that teach very textbook Japanese or wrong Japanese. So my wife today will help me judge whether or not these apps and textbooks are good. So let's get started.
Let's get started.
Alright, the first item on our list today are the Tri-Series textbooks. Those are the only textbooks I've stuck with over the years. I've bought Genki, Minano Nihongo, I've bought dozens of different books on Amazon here and there. And really the only series that I believe is worth investing time and money in at the moment out there is the Tri-Series. So those are the books of the Tri-Series. They're pretty thin, but the reason is they're really good at making your learning concise. They don't waste time, trying to put things into too much context that you don't really need. It's basically, they'll follow the JLPT levels and 5 through 1. At the beginning of a chapter, you'll get a full text, a Japanese text, and then within that text will be the grammar points of the chapter. They're going to teach you in Japanese how to use the grammar, in English how to use the grammar. They're going to give you the formula for the grammar point. Then you have a list of about 5 to 6 example sentences, 1 or 2 questions to test your understanding with the answers at the end of the book. And it's really just straight to the point. And when you're already spending time into a textbook that usually is pretty boring to do, you don't want to go on tangents and start to learn stuff you don't really want to learn. You want to focus. The only weak point to that book to me is by being so concise, sometimes it lacks a little bit of context. So if from that 1 or 2 sentence of explanation you didn't grasp the idea of the grammar point, you might have to supplement it with an external resource like Nihongo No Mori or something else out there to make sure you actually do very well understand the grammar point. What did you think about the Try series?
Try はすごいいいテキストブック、参考書だと思います。でも一応この参考書は JLPT っていう日本語の、テストに特化した参考書なので、日常会話、本物の生きた日本語っていうのはあんまりここから学べないかもしれないんですけど、しっかりと基礎の文法が学べるし、やっぱ基礎の文法は生きた日本語を喋るためにも必要だと思うのでいいと思います。あとこの参考書は5レベルに分かれていて、本当にビギナーの人からビジネス日本語を学ぶ人まで5レベルを全部コンプリートしたら喋れるようになるので、その学んでる人のモチベーションにもなると思います。はい、
So the Try series, a cheap, light, concise, great series to go into learning your JLPT grammar all overall. So we recommend that for sure. Alright, number 2 of our list today, the best app out there to learn how to read kanji is definitely Wani Kani, the Crabigator. I think that's the mascot of the app. You go into that app and then you get, I believe, the first 10 level or so for free, and it's basically an SRS based learning format where Wani Kani is going to teach you radicals and then kanjis, and it's slowly going to build into vocabularies, and it's going to test you repetitively over time. I've been using the app for 3 years. My reading ability has steadily been going up using that. I can clearly remember the kanji after I've learned it through the app, and even though it's not free, I think it's actually $9 American a month. It's a great investment for an app. It's very cheap, and it beats any university courses out there in terms of learning and remembering how to read kanjis. I've done both. Go with Wani Kani if you want to be able to read kanji. What's your opinion about Wani Kani?
ワニカニは本当にいいアプリだと思います。カークがワニカニを使い始めてから、私も分かるほどカークが読める漢字の量が増えたと思います。あとワニカニがサポートしているのは本当に最初の簡単な漢字から結構専門的な漢字まで全部カバーしているので、それさえやっとけばもう日本人が普段日常的に使う漢字は全部カバーできるかなって思うので本当におすすめです。
Wani Kani, I'm gonna put it this Wani Kani, I'm going to put the link in the description down below along with all the other apps we're talking about today, so go check it out. Definitely, if you want to learn at a steady pace how to read kanji, it's your best option out there. Now for number 3 on our list today, the app called Bunpro. Bunpro is basically the same thing as Wani Kani. However, instead of teaching you kanji, it's teaching you grammar. The interface, the UI, is the same. The community is also built the same way. It's using also the GLPT levels if you want, the Genki textbooks levels if you want, the Minna no Nihongo levels if you want, or the Tobira textbooks level if you want. So you can choose, whichever you want to grade the way you're learning your grammar points. I'm personally using the GLPT ones because that's what makes more sense for me, since it's still an app that's gonna basically teach you how to pass an exam and not necessarily have like daily conversational skills in Japanese. But the whole build is the same as Wani Kani, and not only is it the same, what's really cool about it is that you can link your Bunpro account to your Wani Kani account through your API. And by doing that, whenever you read sentences on Bunpro, if you have learned the kanji in the sentence through Wani Kani, it's going to show just the kanji, and if you still haven't learned it, then it's going to show you the kanji with the furikana on top of it, which is a pretty cool feature, I think. So you're reviewing both reading your kanji through example sentences and learning your grammar points at the same time. The app is pretty new, I would say. It hasn't been out for so long, so there's just a lot of features that are not yet implemented into the app, but I think there's a huge potential for the app to grow and get better and better. And you can also get the first 30 days for free if you go and try it out, so that's pretty cool. Also, you can decide for yourself if it's something that fits you or it doesn't. To me, it's basically the Try series into an interactive mobile app version. I think it's a really nice initiative. I think it's something that people have been asking for, how to use the same system as Wani Kani but to learn their grammar and just learn grammar on the go. This is what we want to do. Like if you're like me and you work in a bank, you don't want to be going into meeting rooms with your big backpack and having all those textbooks to carry around just so that you can study when you have 5 minutes. So this is really great for that. What did you think about Bunpro?
基本的にはこのトライの JLPT のテキストに沿って出るアプリなのでいいと思います。でもやっぱり、JLPT に沿っているので日常会話を学ぶためのアプリではないと思うんですけど、 やっぱリアルジャパニーズ日常会話を話すためにはベースの文法を学ぶことが必要だと思うからいいと思います。空いた時間にできるっていうのがとてもいいと思います。
So now at number 4 on our list of the best tools to learn Japanese, one resource that I've constantly been going back to supplement my textbooks learning or my apps learning is actually a YouTube channel called Nihongo No Mori. And in this channel, they go through each of the GLPT levels. One thing that puts Nihongo No Mori above any other YouTube channel that I've seen out there is that it's Japanese native speaker teaching you Japanese in Japanese, no subtitles. So sometimes to really grasp the idea of a grammar, you need to get out of your English mindset. You need to stop trying to staple a grammar point onto an English grammar point because they just don't match, or if they do match it's always a little bit weird, right? Mm-hmm. So learning in Japanese grammar is a very, very valuable experience, and they have a great way to speak. Yes, they teach in Japanese, they speak Japanese, and you might think, man, my Japanese is not good enough to learn in Japanese, but they're very, very, very good at lowering the level at what they speak and using, yasashi Nihongo, like very easy to understand Japanese and basic examples. So I definitely want to recommend you guys to go check out their channel. Watch it in the train if you're just going to work, or whenever you're just wasting time on YouTube like you're doing right now. Go ahead and check out their channel. I've used it a ton, and I always go back to it as soon as I want a deeper understanding of the grammar point.
私は勉強が嫌いだから机に座ってこう本を開いて書いてってやるのが嫌だ、だからそういう時にね、そういう人にこういつも持っていつも見てる携帯で YouTube 大好きな YouTube を見ながら学べるっていうのが一番魅力的だと思う。
Totally agree with that. There are times where you just don't want to sit down in front of your textbook, and then it gets boring. It just gets boring. It gets you out of your comfort zone because you're learning in Japanese, and it just kills the boredom of looking at blank pages all the time.
だからこういうのは私にいいと思います。
Yeah, and I would say that my life has only been getting busier, and video, format learning and app format learning is definitely, I think, the way to go if you want to make the most of your time. That's for sure. Plus, completely free. It's on YouTube, so you get to enjoy free learning and good quality free learning.
Free is the best.
So go check it out, guys. That's for sure number one YouTube channel to learn Japanese on my list.
私たちのチャンネルじゃないんですか?
We're not really teaching Japanese. We're talking about our experience, but we're not teachers yet. Do you want to learn Japanese?
I would like to be.
You'd like to be a Japanese teacher? Well, if you're interested in learning Japanese through us, through conversational, real actual Japanese that you use in real life, but, if, I don't know, you have a Japanese girlfriend and she's yelling at you and you don't understand what she's saying, I think I'm getting way better at that, so I can help you out maybe. Let's see. I'm gonna edit that.
We
out.
don't say that.
I'm gonna edit that out. Alright, last but not least on my list of the best tools out there to actually practice and learn Japanese, the app called HelloTalk. I've been using the app for a little bit over 3 years. Basically, it's the actual first app I've ever used to learn Japanese, and it ended up being the best way to put into practice all that cramming you've been doing in your textbooks, in your apps, and all the other resources you're using out there. We've been saying, over and over with the previous resources how it won't teach you how to have a real, genuine, daily conversation with a Japanese person out there. Well, this is where HelloTalk is going to help you out. It is free to use. So what the app does is it pairs you up with native speakers of basically whichever language you're trying to learn, because now we're focusing on Japanese, English, and French, but the great thing about it is you want to learn Spanish, Italian, like literally I think they have almost every language out there. So you just pick a pair of language, you create a profile, it takes 5 minutes, it's free to use, and then what you'll get is you get a wall, sort of like the same thing as a Facebook wall where people are posting. And what's absolutely great about HelloTalk is all the features of transcription, transliteration, translation, whatever the language, you can just click on any text in the app and get an instant either transliteration or translation towards your language. You can also click on people's posts and go ahead and within the app correct, people's mistakes or grammars, or that really makes it interactive. And you're interacting not with a software, but really with real people out there who are genuinely interested in learning your language. I've been participating in different communities, online communities, through my years, and the HelloTalk community is actually really positive. HelloTalk really rounds it up. It's the one thing that you want to be, you've studied for an hour and now you just want to sort of relax and you're watching YouTubes, and while you're watching YouTube you just want to chat with a Japanese person.
英語を学ぶ人にとっても、日本語を学んでる人同様に、書く同様にすごいいいアプリだと思います。ハロートークは私が英語の勉強を始めたもん本当に当初から使っていて、わからないことがあるともうそこにポストするともういろんな人からコメントが来るので、本当に生きた英語っていうのが返ってくるんですよ。だから本当に便利です。あと自分のもううざいそう、あと自分の近くにいる地域の人をあと自分のいる地域の人と待って、わかんない、やばい、日本語喋れないんだけど、やば、わからん。本当に自分の学んだことをアウトプットしたかったら違う、待って、やばいどうしよう、難しいね日本語って自分の近くにいる人がもしね学びたい言語を学んでたら、その人と会って実際に話してみることができるので、すごくいいだからこれが無料でできるっていうのはすごい価値のあるアプリだなって思います。
One thing I wanted to add to that is the voice also is available in HelloTalk, which is pretty awesome. If you're not too shy and if you're ready to get out of your comfort zone, you can actually also just call them up, which I think is pretty cool because you get voice talk conversation with a native speaker. There's nothing out there that's going to be better for your learning. By the way, it's not sponsored. We're not sponsored by those guys. So here you have it, guys. 5 tools. I've tried dozens and dozens and dozens of stuff out there. I've wasted time, I've wasted money, I've done a lot of things a little bit wrong that I wish I knew when I first started to learn Japanese, but I can guarantee you with these 5 tools, it's not going to cost you a lot of money and it's going to be time efficient. I want to give a huge shout out to the Wanikani and the HelloTalk community out there. I know that a lot of people watching our videos right now, even if we're just starting, are actually people who are using these apps because we're posting our videos in the community tabs of these apps. So thank you guys for watching. We would really appreciate if you could go down to the comment section, leave us a comment, tell us what you're interested in knowing about, whether it's about Japan, whether it's about Canada, English, Japanese, French, and if basically we'd love to do a Q&A video where we just answer people's questions, because I think we have a background that some of you other may not have and are looking into, oh, I want to go live in Montreal, I want to go live in Canada, I want to go live in Japan, and there's a lot of questions that comes with these decisions, and I think we can help you out for sure. So feel free, post your questions down there, smash that like button, and we'll see you guys in the next video, where we'll be actually going more into depth with giving you tips and tricks to learn Japanese outside of the resources. What are the things you could do and what are the things you shouldn't do to maximize your time, effort, and money. We'll see you guys next time.